Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dice Roll, the queer Pathfinder podcast on the planet. We ask hard questions like, at what age do other ancestries become DILFs or MILFs?
Oh, that's a really good question. Well, it depends, I guess, how long they live and how they age. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
To be a DILF, obviously, you have to have children. But, like, to visually, like, be a
Yeah,
be
like,
a
what
DILF.
age do you become, like, that sexy type of old, you know?
Well, I guess the question is, what age do you start graying as a race?
That's a good question. What age? I think, let's talk about elves specifically, because, like, I feel dwarves
They live a
come out
long
of the
time.
womb-
They're a good starting point.
Yeah, dwarves come out of the womb as DILFs or MILFs.
I'm
That's
pretty
just
sure
kind of how they
orcs,
are.
like, live the same amount as humans, so obviously the
Yeah.
answer is around, like,
Yeah,
late,
and, like,
late
halfling...
30s, 40s, 50s.
But elves...
Elves.
Do elves age slowly? Like
Well,
I,
I
I
mean,
know
like-
that I know that they like at some point they're just young for a very long time, but like
yeah,
do they age like are they babies for like 20
no,
years?
no. They mature... Okay,
yeah.
here's the thing. They mature very quickly. Like, they... From age 1 to 20, they age at the same rate as a person. Then they stop aging. But we know that they get old because we've seen pictures of elves with, like, wrinkles and, like, you know, eye bags and whatever. So... They have to cross the threshold into MILF and DILF at some point.
Do you
The
think
question
it'd be
is when.
really funny because like they do get into adolescence like really quick? Do you think it's really funny if just like you see someone one year and they're like this beautiful like he's got like long blonde Legolas hair, perfect like a sun touched skin, and then like next year you see him and he looks like he's a 90-year-old fucking human with a Legolas cosplay on.
Yeah, he's seen some shit this year.
Do you think that they age really, really rapidly towards the end of their life? Because I think that would be really funny.
And really sad, actually.
Yeah, really sad
Awful.
because, like, can you imagine, like, an elf retirement home where like, some of them look, like, really young and then, like, they cross that threshold and they're like, oh, Gemilus over there, finally got his wrinkles in.
Okay. I think the funniest answer is there is no set date. It's just when they start getting tired, they're like, fuck, I'm getting too old for this. And then like the next day they wake up and they've got like gray in their hair and they're like,
Oh, yeah, when they start to feel old. That's
Yeah.
when they start to get old.
I mean, elves are so adaptable. That makes sense to me.
That does
We've
make
answered it. We got
Yes.
an answer to a
That's
question.
the,
for once.
I actually really like that answer.
Cool. Everyone at home, there's your lore. Previously in Fist of the Ruby Phoenix, our heroes entered the semi-finals of the Ruby Phoenix tournament. Fighting off against the Biting Roses, they swept a victory, showing the audience what they're made of, the invincible Radiant Winds. Unfortunately, the other semi-final did not go the way that we had wanted. Tino's toughest, beloved dad squad was retired by the Lightkeepers. This leaves only 2 teams active in the tournament, the Radiant Winds and the Lightkeepers themselves. The final day of the Ruby Phoenix tournament is upon us, and the Radiant Winds will have to fight against their oldest and cruelest of rivals for a chance to win a legendary artifact. And we're immediately just gonna hop into character, I think. Because why wait, right?
Why wait?
So, it's later in the day after the semi-final match. As you guys are kind of like leaving, you are approached. And it's one Kazuhida. And Kaso kind of smiles at you all and kind of like throws his arms open and says, Radiant Winds! Hello, how are you all doing? You fought incredibly as always out there.
Rita, thanks.
Hi. Thank you.
Glad you enjoyed the show.
How could I not? I knew it was the right bet to go with you. All of you have shown such discipline and strength and, well, I am very glad to have been able to back you. Now, tomorrow is going to be the most important day of the tournament, and potentially the most important day of your lives.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we can let you go home and eat in the Ruby Village on a night like this, right?
No?
And he pulls something out of his pocket, and it's an envelope. And on a seal on the envelope is the symbol of a phoenix.
Oh wow.
Haojin has extended a dinner invite to the finalists, although from what I heard from Lord Tagora, the Lightkeepers do not intend on coming. So, it's an excellent chance to be able to speak with the Ruby Phoenix.
Juju looks jazzed. Okay.
And he kind of bows his head to you all and makes his way off. And as he leaves, and you guys are kind of like just standing there as the crowds file past you, Lolo kind of hops onto your shoulder, Sanku, and says, "Everyone, a free meal! This is the best night of our lives!"
That really is all you pay attention to, huh?
I love you, Lolo. I assume we're going to that.
Yeah.
Hard to pass up something like that, I think.
I would kill you if we didn't go.
And of course, it'll be helpful to investigate, right?
Believe me, that was my intention.
Although we can't be too obvious about what we're asking, because at best it comes off as rude. At worst, the Ruby Phoenix, or whatever her true name is, the evil villain who has been truly fighting us all this time, will open up a portal to hell and condemn us forever.
I don't know if she can do that.
I don't even... Okay. You know her name is Hao Jin, right?
Yes, I know, but like, maybe she's got a villain name if she's truly the villain.
Why would she have a villain name? That's her name.
If you were a villain, what would your villain name be, actually?
I wouldn't be a villain.
Oh, can't even play into my games.
Oh, fine. I don't know. I'd be like
Key Sucker the Punch Man.
definitely not that one. Definitely, I wouldn't have the word "suck" in my name. Just like as like a rule of thumb, I don't think I would have that.
I think you should have the word "suck" in your name.
I think you should have the name "suck" in your name.
No.
I'd be Fire Explosion Ball Supreme Destruction.
Yeah, I think that's a good name. What about you, Masami? You're really thinking about this.
I was part of an assassination group.
Did you try and think of a cool assassin name? Assassin name.
Well, considering we couldn't focus on our feelings, not really.
Aw,
Not even like a little bit.
that's lame as hell.
That is kind of
the boss was very, very meticulous about conditioning. Meticulous about a lot of things, actually.
meticulous about having a stick up his ass.
If you're gonna be a villain and have a stick up your butt, that's just lame.
Well, like... Actually, wait, I haven't even mentioned anything about the Oni's Mask boss to you guys.
No, you haven't.
Wow!
I can assume he sucks.
Yeah.
Cold, calculating to the most minute details to the point where when my death was faked, they actually really did have to fake my death.
Ugh.
They sent a foxtail at the rendezvous point. Yeah.
Are you alright, Masami?
Oh no, that's... They didn't send any of my tails. What are you talking about?
No,
Oh, they just-
I mean psychologically speaking, Masami. Are you alright?
Wow.
Oh, we're way past that, Lolo. Anyway, obsessed
If they're
with
psychologically okay, Lolo.
obsessed with killing Kami and high-ranking officials.
Ugh.
Very obsessed with power as well.
Well, I mean, he was a big old assassin boss, so I could see him
That's
wanting
true.
a bunch of power.
You can also tell that they were he was very precise to the point where no one really knows what they've been up to until now. When was their last strike? Who fucking knows?
Well, we're gonna kick their butts if it's that whenever we have to deal with them.
So, regardless, as you're all discussing this, are you guys gonna head to the dinner with the Ruby Phoenix?
No,
Yeah.
we're gonna go home.
The Lightkeepers be like,
Yeah, we're gonna go.
okay. So, you guys make your way to the Nyanfei's palace. Did any of you ever think you would be going to the actual palace of the ruler of Goka?
No, I don't think Fisherman's Village Senku would ever assume that he would do that.
Not through the front door, at least.
Chuchi maybe dreamed of it.
So it is a 400-acre complex and has a total of 108 structures within its red walls. Most of the buildings house high-ranking officials and members of parliament, including the current emperor, empress, or liege of Goka, in this case Nyan Fei. Rich and powerful aristocrats lease the remaining palaces as homesteads, seasonal retreats, or high-class parlors. As you walk through this extremely classy place, you kind of like catch glances from nobles who are like going to and fro. It's essentially like a gated community for the rich. You actually even see a few faces you recognize. Master Razu is like outside, kind of like just looking up at the stars, like lost in thought. You see like a few of the sponsors, Zaishia or Aldenar Unmar.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are eventually like guided inside by some servants, seated, and eventually you see the doors open, and in through them comes the Ruby Phoenix. She is dressed beautifully as ever. That same gorgeously ornate kimono with like a gradient of flowers leading up into from dark blue to light blue. And purple accents, white embroidery, and that hair that is red like fire. Coming in after her comes Empress Nyan Fei and a whole load of handmaidens, including her lady-in-waiting, Humai Shai, who smiles and waves almost a little excitedly at you all.
Senku waves back. He's got a big smile on his face.
Haojin sits. She sits at the head of the table, nearest to you guys. And Nyan Fei sits on the other side, and the handmaidens, stand nearby Ray to help. But really, it's you guys, the Empress, and Haojin. And Haojin says, "Well, I'm glad at least one of the finalists agreed to see us here."
And we're grateful for the invite.
Oh, well, you'd think I wouldn't love to see the teams that have a chance to win the Ruby Phoenix tournament. You know that this is my first Ruby Phoenix tournament as well, of course.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that you get to experience them too.
Well, it has been an experience. I've really, truly enjoyed it. And of course, we must be extremely thankful to my friend Nyan Fei, and Nai kind of like just waves a hand a little bit, like, oh, come on. I'm just happy to host the legendary Ruby Phoenix herself. And dinner is served. You guys make small talk for a while, but this is me giving you one chance to kind of like discuss anything you want to discuss, ask anything you want to ask. Remember, if you are too obvious, you may rouse suspicions, and that could go anywhere from totally innocuous to bad for you. I leave the floor to you.
Chuji is like,
Grandmaster Hojin, it's an honor.
an honor to be in the presence of literally the best sorceress, literally ever to ever live ever.
I think she raises an eyebrow at that and says, "The best sorceress in the world is in this room? I can't see her."
Maybe if you had a mirror.
Please. I'm far from the best. In my opinion, the best would be someone like all of you. Someone who does right by the world.
Chuji explodes.
I've been around for a long time, and I have done things, but I think if you were looking for truly the moniker the best, you shouldn't look at someone who simply has lived for a long time. You should look for someone who has done good deeds. Wouldn't you agree?
I guess. But I think you've done a lot of really cool stuff.
Her face falls, actually.
Oh. Oh no.
She looks kind of down and says, "I shouldn't be surprised that I have people who idolize me, right? I hate to break the idolization, but I have done good things, but I've also done bad things. You don't get to live through 300 years without making mistakes and doing things that you thought were right but weren't. I assume all of you know of the Ruby Phoenix, like the Phoenix Tapestry. And I think Nyanfe kind of like reclines in her seat, like, how could they not? The most famous of your treasures. The one that ultimately led to you coming back, right? And I think she kind of reclines a bit and says, do any of you know why I came back?
No, I just imagined that you were just really strong and powerful, and you rose up like a phoenix. That was
I
all
wasn't
thought.
dead, Sanku.
Oh.
was-
I didn't know.
I was atoning.
Atoning. For?
The tapestry.
Oh?
When I talk to you about the Ruby Phoenix tapestry, what is it that you think of?
I mean, I always just imagined like a really, really, really gigantic museum.
I think about all the accomplishments you've put there.
A place of commemoration.
300 years ago, I would have agreed with you all. No, the Phoenix Tapestry was a demiplane that I had woven into a beautiful tapestry. And anything I put into the tapestry would exist inside of it in its own world. And I put so many things there. Places I thought were incredible and interesting, artifacts I thought were too dangerous to let alone, to leave in this world. Stories I thought should be preserved. And so impressed was I by my works that I foolishly thought to bring it to the plane of Axis, the plane of law. It's where I had done all my studies, after all. And they were horrified.
Oh.
History is meant to be lived, not trapped. I had amassed a super weapon. Dangerous artifacts being stockpiled is one thing, but I was taking away places, entire mountains or villages or peoples transported into my tapestry. They very nearly killed me. I gave up my memories of how I made the tapestry to let them study it so they would make sure it never happened again. And I spent 300 years studying an Axis to make sure it didn't happen again. So, no, Chuji, I don't think I'm an amazing and powerful sorcerer, no matter what the myth says. You must remember that all myths, ultimately, are based in real stories, and those stories aren't always beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
It's alright. It's not... This is perhaps a little too heavy, wouldn't you agree? Why don't we move on? Something a little more lighthearted. Nai, do you have any suggestions? And I think Nai reclines a little bit and claps her hands together and says, what about romance? I've been hearing some juicy rumors in the papers, and I was hoping, Master Shi, that you could perhaps shed some light on them.
Chuji looks behind them and like at the table to make sure there's no one else with the same name of she.
She's talking to you.
Masami pauses what they're eating.
Me? Wait, what?
Oh, some less reputable papers have been running stories about star-crossed interactions with another member of the Ruby Village. I won't name names, but perhaps you could confirm or deny this for us? The fucking Empress teases.
Chuji is like fully blue in the fucking face. Oh my god.
Haojin's laughing.
Oh god.
She's very amused.
I mean, train together.
I
They
heard.
like sink in their seat and they're like, there's nothing, he's not, I mean, we're not.
He.
Wait, what?
Oh, they didn't say any names.
Oh, well, the papers had reported it was Yarika Mulandez of the Biting Roses.
Oh man, you have played yourself.
Where's that food? Aren't we gonna eat?
Haojin laughs a little bit and she smiles and says, "Oh, you know, it's funny. When I was a little girl, after the fire, of course, I never found myself getting interested in boys or girls. For a long time, I felt like I was broken, if that makes sense. The world's different now. Nicer, more understanding about this kind of thing.
Oh, are you not interested in anybody at all?
Not really. But certainly, my father truly wanted grandchildren, so
I think most parents are like that.
but it's nice to see how open people are about romance these days. Back in my day, it was a very prim and proper affair, so thank you for making me smile."
No problem.
Poor Chuchi. I think Haojin turns to Sanku and says, changing topic slightly, I must say, Master Witch Prince,
Yeah?
of all the people in the tournament, I have to say I have been most pleasantly surprised by you.
Really?
Well, maybe this will make me look like a foolish old lady, but you are by far the youngest contestant.
Oh, yeah, I forget that sometimes.
She smiles and says, "We have a school full of students, but all of them are several years older than you, and I believe Bjorn of Winter's Roar was also quite young, but still older than you. You are exceptionally young compared to everyone else."
I started adventuring when I was really young. I think I was 15.
That's about the age that my transformation, my rebirth, if you will, happened.
Oh.
So I think Nyan Fei reclines back a little bit and says, "Well, I don't think there's any rule saying that you can't be successful at a young age. Isn't that right?" And she seems to be calling to someone in the room.
Who?
Oh, come on. Who else would I be talking to? The other 18-year-old?
What?
She blinks at you.
The other... Who else is 18?
You didn't... Perhaps the makeup is just exceptionally heavy. And Kumai Shai kind of clears her throat.
You're
That's
18?
right. She's fucking baby as well.
Oh.
She looks at you sheepishly and you didn't know?
I thought you were like 21.
No. It's a whole thing that I'm like very young to be a sponsor. Did this really never come up and come? Oh my goodness.
No,
Suppose not.
we only talked about dragons.
Nyan Fei kind of like hides a smile and says, "No, in a way, I suppose Q is to me what you are to the Re Phoenix. A young upstart who has proven herself exceptionally talented." And I think Q kind of just purses her lips and looks away like she's embarrassed. The Ruby Phoenix just kind of laughs and you guys keep eating for a bit.
I think Masami pauses and says, "You know, I do have to say, though, regardless of your past, there is at least something to admire from a certain standpoint of the amount of magic that you wield."
And she smiles and says, "Well, consider it a blessing from my Phoenix bloodline. I don't know why it manifested as strong as it did, but you are right in that I have a lot of innate power. Although that power has to be refined and studied. I'm sure you're well aware yourself, a practitioner of magic, that it's one thing to wield a rock, it's another thing to sharpen it into a dagger."
That's true.
She kind of leans back in her seat a little bit and says, "I don't really remember where I learned how to make my magic this good. Maybe it's something that was lost in my 300 years. But certainly I am the best at what I do, I suppose." And she kind of winks. "Do you want to make me a perception check?"
They will.
Secret, please.
Yep.
You can't tell. that was either the genuine truth or her I know that you knowing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You can't tell which one it is.
Still, there is one can't deny. I really don't think that there is anyone who even holds a candle to your caliber.
From what I understand, as far as living sorcerers go, I don't know that there is anyone at my level. And that's not a brag so much as it is a fact of the matter. From my studies, it seems that in the continent of Garund, once upon a time, the old mage Shatembe, the discoverer of magic, maybe would have been as strong as me. And some could claim that the Baba Yaga far to the north of Avestan would have similarly powerful magic. But neither of them are present on Galarian very much. We don't even know if Old Mage Shatembe even existed. So, I suppose I am the strongest. And she looks sad again.
For now, somebody else might come up that is just as strong as you.
Yeah.
There's a whole world.
That might be quite nice, honestly.
And honestly, whole other planes as well. We haven't considered those either.
True. Well, certainly the people in Axis were something else to behold. I don't mean to say I outshined them in any way, but you have not seen the art of crafting planes until you've looked at the way that the people who made the planes do it. And she kind of smiles.
I haven't even thought about that. Most of my magic's just stuff about water and elements, which I think is important too.
Very much so. Do you not remember? The first thing I told you, Sank, was how much I appreciated your water magic.
I don't think people value it enough. Everybody likes Fireball. And Fireball's great, but I have it too.
It's because it's the flashiest, Sanku. Who can say no to some aesthetics, right?
Yeah.
Aesthetic.
She's she looks at you, Chuji, and nods and says, "You're right, it is a very good aesthetic." And I think you guys enjoy your meal together. You don't get any, like, major bombshells. She doesn't, like, say, by the way, 'twas I who opened up a portal. No, she doesn't, like,
Yeah.
nothing like that happens, you know? But you come out of it feeling like maybe you know the person, Hao Jin, a little better than you knew the story of the Ruby Phoenix, you know?
Yeah.
Eventually you know, it starts getting late. Nyan Fei makes a comment about how you should probably be resting soon.
Mm-hmm.
Although, she does hand very quietly, as you're all saying your goodbyes, she hands one of you something.
Mm-hmm.
A key into the palm of your hand, Masami Takahara.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Yeah?
From a quick glance, it looks like an ordinary bedroom key. My question is, do you do it?
Is that even a question? Yeah.
Christ.
Masami Takahara, I guess you spend a pleasurable night with the Empress of fucking Goka.
Oh my god.
But before you do that, Sanku, Masami, and Shuji, you leave the Ruby Palace for now. How are you guys all doing as you're making your way back into Goka, ready to sleep in the Ruby Village one last time? Well, okay, maybe for one of you.
I think Masami's pace kind of slows once they're getting close to the Ruby Village. They're a little lost in thought. She said that she relinquished her memories of making that tapestry to the leaders of Axis.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's just something that doesn't sit right with me. And part of it kind of does have to do with my former boss. Do you want to know how he made the Oni's mask?
How?
How?
he killed his former master and took his power.
Hmm.
Anything that happened of the former clan was expunged, completely wiped out. There's not even a trace of it left. This doesn't explain all of the portals that are happening, but if they're around, what if they want the Ruby Phoenix's power?
That is very possible.
And what if the finalists are stepping stones to get said power? That would explain why this person is stalking us. Stalking everyone. They're measuring us up.
Then we'll just need to keep an eye out.
I do want you to know that from the start, I really didn't want to believe that she was the perpetrator of all this. After hearing what we heard tonight, I really don't think it's her. I want to believe it's not her.
Me too.
I think Lolo's on your shoulder, Miss Senku, and he kind of clicks his tongue a little bit and says, "No matter what it is, I'd like to believe that maybe Haojin doesn't know about this."
I really don't think she does.
All we can do now is keep doing what we have been doing
Mm-hmm.
and hope that somehow something suddenly starts making sense. Now, shall we go back to the Ruby Village? I'd say we're all very tired.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, real tuckered out.
Wonderful. Masami, let's go.
Actually, you guys go ahead.
What?
We're not going to do something dangerous, are you?
Oh no. But I am gonna do something. They hold up the key between two fingers.
Okay.
You're kidding.
I don't get it.
You're fucking joking.
How? 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 How did you manage that?
She was a fan of my chain lightning. She was a fan of my magic.
You should feel more than just that.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Lolo, don't worry about it. Let's just, you know what, have
We'll
fun.
tell you. We'll tell you when you're older, old man.
Have a great time.
See you guys
Please
later.
rest a little. Like, rest enough, though, okay?
Oh, believe me,
If
we'll
we
both have a
lose-
great rest.
Okay.
If we lose to the Light Keepers because you wanted to stay up all night, I'm gonna get you.
Just
I'll
be back by the
fine.
morning.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
God, alright,
Okay.
come on, Senku.
Okay.
So, you guys want to skip forward to the finals?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is high in the sky, and there is not a cloud in the air. Sanku, Masami, and Shuji. The three of you make your way out of the locker rooms towards the arena. As you go, you kind of look out at the crowd and catch the eyes of the other teams. Bhavana Watergase smiles and nods knowingly, like she understands that you guys have got this. Sigrid Beale sits back, arm folded, kind of nodding, like she's ready to watch the fight of a lifetime. Teacher Mafika Ayawari and his students are all taking notes, ready to see the finals unfold. Yarika Mulandez punches the air as you come out and cheers loudly. Next to her is Tino Tung, who beats his chest once and punches into the sky. And Liang Shen, dressed better than he was yesterday, but still a little worn out after your training this morning, sits and watches carefully. Master Azu is like actually playing music for this. Like he is playing the music for this battle. And it's very cool, very fun.
Hell yeah.
As you all make your way into the arena, champions of the Ruby Phoenix tournament, you see across from you 4 figures. All of them wear black gi, looking uniform except for Diki Sonam, who isn't wearing sleeves on his because muscles too big. Dikusonam, the Samsaran monk, folds his arms against each other and kind of subtly flexes his muscles in a kind of like threatening fashion. And he kind of grins and says, well, 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 well. If it ain't the team that only got in because we gave them an extra feather. How are you guys all doing today?
That's definitely the only reason, and not because we can kick ass.
Specifically kicked your ass. Twice.
I did kick your ass!
Chuji points at Dicky-san.
Dicky-sanam just kind of grits his teeth and smiles. Alskanak the Exiled, the Hobgoblin Necromancer, kind of like just rolls their neck a little bit and looks up at the sky and says, yes. Well, unlike last time, I think you'll find that we're not going into this without prior thought. We've been waiting to come against you all, after all. And we're prepared to take you on the right way.
Oh, no surprise attacks from your leader?
Not this time. Hui Ying kind of like flicks some hair and says, you people took something of mine. My ray gun.
That wasn't yours.
Finders keepers, right?
Yeah, and you found it first.
Let's get one thing straight. Sometimes people say nothing personal before kicking each other's asses. I want you to know this is 100% personal. And I'm going to mean every punch.
The feeling is mutual.
And standing there with her giant fuck-off mott is Sutak Noir, who kind of like just stands there and smiles like she isn't the worst person in the world, you know?
Yeah.
Her hair kind of flicks in the wind, but going the wrong direction. And she says, I cannot think of a team I would rather have met in the finals. A rematch. The second one we've had to do recently, but I have a feeling it'll go the same way as our last rematch.
Do you?
I'm going to enjoy this fight very much, and I hope you can tolerate it at least.
And if the and if this goes any way the last time you fought us, then I hope you can suck it down too.
She just she doesn't move her body, but she turns her head to like slowly look at you, and then she goes back and looking at the Ruby Phoenix up in the stands and raises a hand in the signal of like, yeah, we're ready to go. Up above, Tagada Emi calls out and says, everyone, this is it. A fight 10 years in the making. We have the Light Keepers, scoundrels and rogues from across the continent. A witch, a martial artist, a brawler, and a necromancer. Truly, the scum of the Ruby Phoenix tournament. And yet the crowds can't get enough of them. Maybe it's their wits, maybe it's their wiles, maybe it's the fact that they don't give up until the job is done. But the Light Keepers are some of the strongest fighters that this world has ever seen. And people cheer, people punch the air. Some people boo, but like, you know, it's like when you boo at a heel in a wrestling tournament, you know, like boo. Like, yeah, okay, we actually do love you, that kind of thing, you know? And she floats by and says, and now, on the other side of the arena, we have the Radiant Winds, the only team in the entire Ruby Phoenix tournament thus far to never have suffered a loss. Back on Danger Island, throughout the tournament itself, and now up to here, the Radiant Winds have never lost. Could this be a sign from the gods like so many people say? Or are they just really that good? A witch, a monk, and a ninja. Who's going to stand tall? Who's going to fall? There's only one way to find out. Lady Hao Jin! And she kind of turns, and Hao Jin appears on those glass screens, and she stands up and says, all right, everyone. Ready? And she claps both of her hands together, and that sound echoes through the arena. Fight! And everyone, let's roll some initiative and enter the finals of the Ruby Phoenix tournament. Dice will return after these messages. Hello, everyone, and thanks for listening to another episode of Dice Will Roll. Just a quick announcement in the middle of your episode today. As a heads up, we are, as you may guess, slowly coming to the end of Book 2 of Ruby Phoenix. As a heads up, following this, we will be going on a very brief change of schedule because I'm going to be, for the first time in 5 years of GMing for these nerds, going on vacation, visiting them and staying with them for a while, which honestly is going to be kind of huge for me. So I'll be, united with Dave, my partner, and obviously with Ritz and KK as well, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now, that being said, we don't want to leave you high and dry during this time, far from it. That's why we have 2 very special episodes coming your way. We are going to have episode 0 of Fist of the Ruby Phoenix, which will involve Senku, Chuji, and Sami's first adventure together, which was briefly alluded to in Senku's happiest memory in the museum episode, which you may remember. You will be able to see the first time that we played these characters, see us make character-defining decisions, and, get a hang of how to play these characters for the first time. On top of that, a little while later, we are going to have an interview with the author of Book 1 of Fist of the Ruby Phoenix, as well as the creative director of Paizo, and all-around cool guy Luis Loza on the show. We are really looking forward to that one, and we hope that you guys really look forward to it as well. That will be coming in the next few weeks. We will have a few weeks where we won't have an upload, but we hope that, you don't mind too much considering the reason. But yeah, check in and listen to those episodes. Listen to past seasons if you haven't already. Re-listen to them if you must. I don't know what keeps you entertained. And yeah, as always, everyone, keep it rolling. We now return to Dice Will Roll.
42.
27. Ew.
34.
Okay. Top of the order. Senku, Witch Prince of the Sea. As the fight starts, the other team rushes forward, getting ready to beat your asses. Lolo sits on your shoulder, Senku, and he lets out a low rumble and says, "Come on, Senku. For your family, for your village, for yourself. Show them your true strength."
All right. And then I look in my character sheet for 5 minutes.
Okay, but before we start your turn, Senku, you are level 17.
I am.
You've leveled up. What did you get this time around?
Well, I'm a master in diplomacy because Senku is just a little sweetheart.
He is. He's very nice. He's very kind.
I got some spells that nobody's allowed to know about.
I'm afraid.
And I got feet. I got a feat. And I got Tidal Shield.
That's an ancestry feat, right? What does Tidal Shield do?
I can, it says that you conjure the force of the tides to gain a +4 circumstance bonus to AC until the end of their next turn. I can do that once per day. And anybody that's adjacent to me also can get a +2 to their AC as long as they're adjacent to me. And I can do that for 5 rounds.
It's 2 actions to cast, but it's basically a super shield spell.
Okay. Senku said, I am the water, and the water is me.
Okay. We're going to get right into it, though. Come on, Senku, what do? You've got 3 actions. And
I think Senku is going to immediately start by casting haste on Chuji.
Well, if this is your 7th level haste, Senku, this would affect everyone.
Oh, well, then take haste.
So,
I will.
the way that this would work for Masami, because you're already quickened Masami with your attack thing, this would give you an extra step if you wanted to. Like, you could move, but you wouldn't be able to attack 5 times.
Be kind of badass if you could, though.
Yeah.
Okay, Senku, how does this look as you raise your staff in the air and start speeding everyone on your team up?
Whenever Senku gets too excited, I've always I was gonna say headcanon. It's just canon. Whenever Senku's excited, I've always imagined that there's magic flitters around him. I think it's that same sort of bubbling bubbles that pop into little into color around everybody. And I think that it's all that's the same color kind of thing.
Okay, so everyone, you're all kind of with these bubbles popping in and out of existence around you. You feel a surge of strength push through you all, and you are all quickened. You have an extra action to stride or strike. That is not going to affect you this turn, Sanku. It only takes effect on the start of your next turn, but it will affect everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You have one action left. What do you do?
I think I'll just stick to shield since I only have one, and it's a cantrip, so.
Okay. Sanku, you clap your staff down on the ground, and a bubble appears around you, ready to protect you from harm. And that is going to be your turn, Sanku, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next in the order is Hui Ying. The noblewoman turned thrill-seeking mean girl rushes forward, and she's going to go directly for you, Masami. She gets up in your space, and she immediately goes for a pressure point attack. So that's going to be a fist strike against you, Masami.
Okay.
And that is going to be a 44 to hit.
All right, that hits.
Okay. She jabs a finger into your gut, Masami, and shocks of pain shoot through you. You are going to need to make me a fortitude save, please.
43 with Juggernaut.
Oh, you are completely unaffected by this pressure point attack. You still take damage from it,
yeah.
which is going to be 24 bludgeoning and electricity damage to you.
Okay.
You are not, paralyzed by this attack, which is what she was going for. And she kind of frowns annoyed at you and says, this again. Come on. Just cow over and give up already. We both know that's what's coming.
You mistake me. I'm way tougher than I look.
She rolls her eyes and says, yeah, with those two tails, I'm sure.
Keep believing that.
Siu Tak Noir's turn. She kind of hums a little bit to herself, and her mott flutters on her shoulder. She says, that's a very nice haste, Sanku. You're very good at magic. And then she clenches her fist. And she casts Anti-Magic Field.
I see.
Centered on you, catching Chuji. A bubble of opaque black just kind of appears from the ground around you, like a hemisphere, and it traps you and Chuji in it. And so long as you are in here, you and Chuji are not going to be hasted anymore. Spells can't penetrate the area, magic items cease to function, no one inside can cast spells or use magical abilities, spells that are in the area are countered, magic effects resume the moment that you leave. So when you leave, you'll be hasted again. But so long as you're in here, you are not, which means that Chuji, next turn, you will only have 3 actions.
Okay.
And she kind of smiles coyly and says, all right, now what? And I think she very casually just turns and looks at you, Masami. And I think she's going to cast Evil Eye on you. And you see what Sanku saw a month ago on Danger Island. An eye opens up in the middle of her forehead and is staring at you. And it makes you so viscerally uncomfortable. You need to make me a will save. Because even though you're not even looking at her, you can feel her gaze.
42 with Resolve.
Crit success. You are unaffected. And I think she kind of clicks her tongue and says, okay, I see how it is. Magic won't work on the Kitsune. Break their spine. And that's going to be her turn. And Azkanak the Exiled grunts a little bit before waving their staff in the air. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna cast a 9th level Animate Dead.
Okay.
Azkanak grips their hand and something emerges from the floor beneath you all. And at first you think it's just dust. And then that dust forms into scales? And those scales kind of coil together to make the shed skin of a giant snake. And I'm talking a snake the size of an elephant. This massive, hollow serpent emerges, and I think all of you can tell that this is a very dangerous and very strong creature. And the crowd cheers, and some of them make horrified noises as Tagada Emi says, "Goodness gracious! That can't be right! Azkanak the Exile has summoned a hollow serpent, a vicious undead creature! In any other place, this would be an immediate stop to the tournament, but there are no laws against it in the Ruby Phoenix tournament, everyone!" And people boo, some cheer. Azkanak doesn't care. With their last action, the hollow serpent surges forward towards the end, just outside the bubble, the anti-magic field, waiting for you all to dare to leave. And that is going to be Azkanak's turn. Chuji, hi. You're like level 17 now,
I'm
right?
level 72. Yeah. Like 650.
What's up? How are you doing?
Pretty okay. I got mostly like beats this level.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got Graceful Legend.
What's that do?
It makes me a Graceful Legend. My makes my class DC go to Master. Makes it real nice. Makes it real pretty.
Your AC right now is 41, by the way, which is fucking crazy.
I do have an AC of 41. That is a little bit insane. I also got Adamantine Strikes.
Yeah, what's that do?
My fists are just so fucking hard that they could kill and destroy wood and objects and things.
Yeah, your fists now are basically they count as adamantine, which means that they are literally harder than diamonds, and you can easily destroy most objects with like quick punches.
Yeah, so that's fun. And then I also got Symphony of Blood.
Yeah, we did something new with this one, right? It's not a dampier thing, but it has to do with drinking blood, which Jiangshi don't do. So what did we do here?
Symphony of Blood, yeah, it usually is like blood, and it also gives you a 7th level Divine Innate spell, which is usually like turning into like a bat.
Yeah, it lets you
something.
it lets you suck up blood from other people, which is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
But I get to cast Finger of Death.
You know, just cool Jiangshi things. Point at someone and say, die.
Yeah, I do say that, and I do that.
Now, it is your turn. You have 3 actions. You would have 4, but unfortunately you are standing in an area of no magic.
I did get cucked this turn. Chuji. I really don't like that serpent.
Yeah, it's a big fucking snake is the problem.
Do snakes usually have attack of opportunity?
You could make me a religion check to see if this thing looks like it would, like, jump you if you tried to run past it.
You know what? I'm a big hardy Jiangshi. Chuji's gonna move over here and not care.
Okay, so you run out of the bubble towards the hollow serpent. Okay, what do?
I beat the shit out of this hollow serpent. Chuji's going to 2 action, 1-inch punch it.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, and my stance. I almost forgot.
What
They're
stance?
gonna get into Stoked Flame stance.
Okay, go for it. I will say, as you come into this thing's space, a cloud of choking, acrid dust immediately fills your lungs as you, like, leave the bubble to be next to this thing.
Okay.
It's got a desiccation aura, and you need to make me a fortitude save or become enfeebled and slowed.
That's a nat 20, so go kill yourself, go die.
You're fine. You're not even a little bit dehydrated by this thing.
Yeah, get fucked. So that's gonna be a 44 to hit.
Okay, that's going to be a hit. Roll damage.
That'll be 28 damage.
Okay, you do that 28 damage. You punch into this leathery snake, and it doesn't make any noise because it is literally just an empty husk, you know? But it turns looking back at you with those empty eyes, and it's really unsettling. And Tagada Emi says, Shichuji takes it on themselves to try fight the hollow serpent and knock it out of the arena. Meanwhile, Azkanek the Exile continues puppeteering it from behind the scenes. And Shuji, is that your turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. It is Diki Sonam's turn. And Diki Sonam says, yes, ma'am. And he rushes towards you all. But not towards you, Chuchi, like you might have expected.
Oh.
They go right for Masami.
They're a little rivalry. I feel hurt.
He was told to beat the shit out of Masami. He's gonna do it. Diki Sonam rushes you, Masami, and as he gets you, he's going to try to just immediately punch you in the face.
Okay.
And Masami, that is going to be... Ooh. He misses by 3. He rolled a 2.
Yep. That's 37. Done hit.
Yeah. If a 37 is if him rolling a 2 is a 37, you should be afraid. He punches into the air right next to where your head was a moment ago, and he snorts and says, "Come here. I'm not letting you go this time. We've learned to work better as a team, and hey, she said to break your spine, so I'm gonna do that."
And stop talking.
Well, he does that. And 39 against your AC.
No.
Ooh. He tries to grab at you, Masami, and pull you into like a bear hug, but you just weave out of the way, and he is snarling. Masami, it is your turn. What do you do?
They're going to be smart about this rather than be damaging about it. They are going to cast Mirror's Misfortune.
Okay. And Mirror's Misfortune, remind me quickly?
So basically, Masami makes a duplicate of themselves, and if they hit the duplicate, which lasts for a minute, then they get misfortune.
Oh my god, so they'll roll twice and take the lower results in general?
Yeah, so success, unaffected. Failure, within the next hour, the creature must roll its next 2 attack rolls twice and take the lower results.
Oh dear.
Crit fail. Within the next hour, the creature must roll its next 4 attack rolls twice and take the lower result.
Okay. So you basically have split yourself in two. I'm actually going to put a second Masami onto the field. This isn't like a mirror image. This is a second you.
Yes.
Okay. And no one can tell which of you is which, right? I want you to pick which of these is you. Okay? Shuffle them around a few times. One of them is you, one of them isn't. I don't know, but you know. Okay?
Okay.
They're going to have to figure this out on their turn. The gig's going to be up when you start doing things again. Probably. So you really just have to hope that they hit one of you. And they go for the wrong one.
Oh, you forget. Senku's haste. You still won't know. I still have an extra move.
God damn it! Yes, you're quickened, which means that you will get an action to move, and the clone will get an action to move.
Do you know what will make this harder?
What will make this harder?
If I go into Arcane Cascade. Because this is an illusion effect, so I go invisible, bitch! You want to hit me? Fucking try it!
Jesus Christ, Hagen.
Okay, Masami. An illusory arcane cascade flips over. Immediately after creating a clone, you go invisible.
Yep.
And I'm so mad.
Never let me play a tactical character, ever.
Masami, is that your turn?
Yeah, they're gonna stow their turn, because if they make a hostile action, they can't do, the invisibility's gone.
Okay. Sanku, Witch Prince of the Sea, it is your turn. You are inside an anti-magic field. That sucks. Outside of the anti-magic field, Diki Sonam and Hu Ying are facing off against, well, there was 2 Masamis, but now there's no one. Shi Chuji is brawling against this Hollow Serpent, and Sutak Noir and Azkanak the Exiled in the back are just launching more spells.
Can I leave? Can I just leave?
Yeah, you can just walk out.
Okay, well, I'm gonna walk out away from the Hollow Serpent.
Okay.
So I'm going here.
I will remind you that you can't cast through this bubble. This whole bubble here is completely no magic happens here.
That's fine.
You leave the bubble running to the southeast. You can see Diki Sonam, Hu Ying, and in the distance, Sutakma and Askanak. You're pretty sure Invisible Masami is somewhere, but you don't know where.
And he's not going to worry about it because I'm casting Frigid Flurry.
Uh-oh. Diki Sonam and Askanak the Exiled are in a big old line, huh?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so Sankey, you point your staff, and ice-cold wind rips through them all, passing by the Invisible Masami, who is in the way. And that is going to be a fail for Diki Sonam, and a crit success, nat 20 for Azkanak the Exiled. Azkanak, I think, Matrix dodges under this Frigid Flurry, and the crowd starts cheering. Tagada Emi says, Amazing! It looks like the Lightkeepers are really bringing their A-game to this fight. They want to win that artifact from the Ruby Phoenix.
Yes, well. Diki Sonam takes 63 damage, so...
Yeah, Diki Sonam is blasted by this cold. That hurt. He has a lot of HP. He's a big guy, but that hurt, you know? Mm-hmm. He grits his teeth, and I think he looks true Masami at you. Mm-hmm. And he's mad. He's just mad.
Oh.
So, Sanku, that is going to be your turn. They are being cheered for, I will say. The Lightkeepers are all getting a rally effect, which is not good for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your turn, Sanku?
Yeah, I moved and then I casted a spell.
Okay, it is Hu Ying's turn. Now, you've done something very clever with your turn, Masami, and I don't know that Hu Ying has figured it out yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a will save to see if she realizes the trick that you have pulled with the mirrors and the invisibility and stuff. That is a 32. She is clueless. And I think she kind of cockily taunts at you, kind of like waving her hand in a come here pose. And she says, "Oh, Masami, at least make this challenging for me. Don't just stand there." And then she rushes forward and she delivers a pressure point attack right into the mirror's neck. That is a 53 to hit.
Oh, shatter.
So she punches into the air, and then there's a sound like breaking glass. And as the invisible Masami comes back into existence, she just sees like shards falling to the floor, and misfortune falls upon her. She needs to make a will save.
Will save.
Oh no, that's a failure.
Yup.
So what happens on a failure?
So on a failure, your for the next hour, the next 2 attack rolls is misfortune.
Oh my god, so she's gonna have to roll twice and take the lower one. Okay, shit. So this shatters out of existence. And she looks around like, the fuck was that? For heaven's sake, she says, and she tries to punch again. And, nope. She just wastes her time punching and throwing and trying to find where you might be, Masami. But your ninja powers are out ninjaing her.
Have you guys ever seen, like, Resident Evil knife runs?
So that is going to be her turn, actually. Next in the order is going to be Sutak Noir. And I think she looks around a little bit. And she looks at you, Chuji.
Mhm.
And she just kind of smiles.
Weird bitch.
She calls out to you and says, "You like to fight, don't you? Love a good brawl. Oh, the great Shi Chuji, the best fighter of them all.
Yeah.
Why don't you taste some retribution?" And she pricks her finger in the air, and then Chuji, you feel a sharp stab in your shoulder.
Ow.
Chuji, you need to make me a will save real fast.
Okay.
At 39,
And a third craft perfection.
when you roll a success on a save, you get a critical success. When you get a critical fail on a save, you get a fail. When you roll a fail on a save that does damage, you take half damage.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that doesn't apply here,
What?
because this is a curse she's putting on you. And all it's going to do is every time, Chuji, you hurt someone, you're going to feel that prick again. And you're going to take damage. But she has to spend action sustaining it. Okay? And she kind of smiles as her hair twists and waves and says, "What's wrong? Don't you want to hit me for that?"
I really fucking do.
Oh, then come do it. Come do that. She raises a hand, Chuji, and I need you to make a will save as she casts Dominate on you.
Okay. That's... I rolled a fail. So is that just...
So, because this is an incapacitation effect, this is a success.
Okay.
And on a success, you are stunned 1 as you fight off the commands. Fuck, you're quickened.
Fuck you.
She points at you and she's like kind of like beckoning you closer, like, "Come on, hit me. Come closer. Come this way."
She
And-
literally just spits in her direction.
You are spitting, but it's very hard to stop yourself from moving over towards her. The crowd is cheering and booing and screaming in delight. This is such a fight. That is going to be her turn. It is Azkanak's turn. Azkanak grunts and says, "Snake, eat the Dampier." And the hollow serpent rushes down on you, Chuji.
Oh, here we go.
And that's going to be a jaw attack on you, which is a 32, which is a miss.
This, yeah.
Oh, so close.
Almost a crit.
She is going to try it again. Fuck, I really should have done that.
Oh, there it is.
I think the snake moves too close, and I think you are going to be it's just getting a little bit too up in your grill for its own safety. So it's going to be flat-footed. But that is going to be the snake's turn with the 2 action Azkanak gave. Azkanak, in the meantime, then, is going to continue staring off, grunting a little bit. He's going to cast Bless. They kind of like bless themselves a few times, and a weird profane aura starts to grow around them. And everyone within, all their allies within 30 feet are going to be boosted. So that's going to be pretty bad for anyone who's too close. And that is going to be Azkanak's turn. They're buffing their allies. Shuji, it's your turn. Sutak Noir wants you to come closer. The Hollow Serpent wants to eat you. There's an anti-magic bubble, there's Hu Ying, there's a lot of stuff. What do you do?
The thing is that I want to beat the fuck out of Sutakwa. This serpent means very little to Chuji. But now that Sutakwa literally wants Chuji to come over, and even did a whole dominate person thing to get Chuji to come over, Chuji's authority problems are taking over, and now they're fighting with themselves. How embarrassing would it be if Chuji just never even came near Sutakuma? I mean, first of all, Chuji's going to get out of Stoke Flame stance and get into Dragon stance.
Okay. As you're running, you stop skipping and kind of start hopping. You're switching from using your hands to your legs. What now? You have You only have 2 actions this turn. Well, 3 actions because you're quickened.
Yeah, fair.
Quicken and stun, fighting for your action economy.
Fucking literally. You know what? I'm gonna make her regret asking for this. Chuji runs over to Sutakmar and Floria blows her.
Okay, go for it.
34 and 45.
Okay, the 34 is a miss, but the 45 is a hit. She is blocking a few of your attacks with her hair, but like you do manage to like land a good punch into her. You know?
And that's 22 damage.
She smiles as you come closer and says, "There we go. Just like I wanted."
Yeah, whatever. I'm doing this because I want to.
It's Diki Sonam's turn. Diki Sonam decides, I don't fucking care about Masami right now.
Alright. Damn.
He decides he's actually really mad at Sanku.
Oh, shit.
And he is going to barrel towards Sanku. He has to actually make an acrobatics check to get through your space. Because unfortunately, you are kind of in his way.
Yeah.
35, does that be your reflex DC?
Reflex DC... 10 plus reflex, right?
Yeah.
No.
And I think he's just gonna have to go around you. So he skids out of your way, Masami, and runs towards Sanku.
So, hang on a minute.
Yeah?
Were those steps?
No, he was running. Fuck.
You shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have.
You really shouldn't have said that. Well, their invisibility is broken as they use up an attack of opportunity.
Okay, you zip out of invisibility and stab into Diki Sonam's side as he rushes for Sanku. Oh my god!
50.
Holy!
50?
Oh my god! No.
Yeah, sure, why not, right? Okay, Masami, roll me that damage as you stab into Diki Sonam's side.
The crit damage. 44 in total.
Woof. Well, you do that, and you stab into Diki Sonam's side, but perhaps more importantly, the crowd cheers. They jump to their feet and they punch the air as the wicked Diki Sonam is punished. And they got it, and he calls out and says, "Jumping out of thin air, Masami Takahara shows Diki Sonam who's boss. It's incredible!" And you guys are going to be rallied. But Diki Sonam now, he turns and grunts at you, Masami, as he's getting past you, looking down at this gash across his front, and he snarls. And then I think he just throws a punch directly for your face, Sanku.
Okay.
And that is going to be a 43 to hit against you, Sanku.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, that's going to be 30 bludgeoning damage
No.
as he decks you in the face.
It will not. It will be 30 minus 11.
19?
Yeah, that'll be 19 damage.
Okay, Sankey, you are decked by this guy, and he, like, pulls his fist back as he realizes that your scales, like, hardened, and he looks at you almost dumbly for a second before the worst thing that could happen in this situation happens.
Oh no, does he start smiling?
He fucking beams, and he says,
Oh.
"Oh, good. You won't break the first few times."
I won't break it all, you weirdo.
And I think he, like, coils his fingers, getting ready to absolutely smush you, you know?
He will try.
He is already ignoring Sutak Noir's orders to focus Masami. Oh well.
So much for working as a team, right?
Yeah, right. Masami, it is your turn. Hu Ying is fighting you. Diku Sanam has surged past you. There's a hollow serpent. Sutak Noir and Shuji are dueling each other. What do you do?
A distracting spell strike against Hu Ying.
Okay. How does this work again?
So I need to make a feint and a strike, I believe.
Oh, right. Yes, that's how this works. So absolutely.
Yes. So, feint. It's a nat 20.
Oh my god, what happens on a nat 20 of a feint?
Feint. Crit success. You throw your enemy's defenses against you entirely off. The target is flat-footed against melee attacks that you attempt against it until the end of your next turn.
Oh my god!
She's not
Wow,
having a good day.
Yeah, you've completely caught her off guard. You, like, jump one way, jump the other way. I think it's because you just came out of invisibility. It's really startled her. So, you can now make a spell strike. That feint was basically for free.
Yep. That is a hero point, is what that is. That is that is a hero point. It's a good thing I did nat 20 again. That's a 52.
God.
And you won't believe what I'm using.
What are you using?
My signature.
No.
Chain lightning. And she doesn't have a chance. I know she has jacked reflex. I'm not giving her the chance.
Oh my god. Okay. Masami, you zip around and catch Hu Ying so off guard as you slash into her and electrocute her, lightning shooting out of her and passing through the Lightkeepers. The crowd cheers, and off in the stands, despite herself, Nyemphe throws herself to her feet and punches the air. Roll me the damage before
So,
anything else.
The crit from the crit from their Chokuto is 62.
Okay.
And then the damage
Oh,
from
Jesus.
chain lightning,
Oh,
double of
Jesus.
72.
W-
Double of 72.
Masami, you do 206 damage to Hu Ying. And she is sent careening backwards, you know? She, like, holds herself, her eyes wide, and that moxie, that bravo is gone. She looks afraid for a moment. She looks at you completely stunned. I don't think she has any cool quip. She is just completely all caught off guard. And Masami, you feel that ego pushing through you as the crowds cheer, Masami! Masami! That's going to be another rally of the crowd. And Tagada Emi says, Unbelievable! Masami Takahara surges through the battlefield like a salmon upstream, nearly taking out Hu Ying in one go! And Hu Ying looks at you with, like, wide eyes. Says, you think you're something special, don't you? You think you're some kind of next big thing? How dare you? Do you know who I am? Do you know who my family is?
Oh, the death knell of a scared royal. The thing is, honey, as they take out all 9 of their tails, I don't care.
You have one action left. She is thoroughly freaked the fuck out by this.
Oh, the chain lightning, though?
Oh my god, okay,
I'm
so
gonna
everyone's to make
need-
saves, huh?
I'm gonna need a reflex save from the Hollow Serpent, Sutak Noir, and Azkanak the Exiled.
Okay. Well, the Hollow Serpent saves.
Wow, just
Sutak Noir saves. Azkanak the Exile fails.
Okay.
So everyone's going to take half 72. That is 36.
36 damage, except for Azkanak, who takes all of it.
Yep. Okay. And Masami, you have one action left now. The fuck do you do?
Oh, Force Fang.
Okay, Masami, with your 9 tails, you surge forward and beat the shit out of Hu Ying. Roll me that damage.
18 damage, and their spell strike is back.
Okay. Hu Ying is looking badly injured, by the way. Like, that immediately nearly took her the fuck out. She's a very strong fighter. I'm very impressed. Sanku, it is your turn. Unfortunately, Diki Sonam is right up in your grill right now.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'm gonna do it anyways. I have HP to spare for the moment, and plus he punches.
Okay. Are you going to cast a spell?
I want to cast a spell. I don't care if he
Okay,
tries
well,
to hit
before
me.
you cast the spell, he sees you going to cast that spell, and he goes in for an uppercut into the jaw with an attack of opportunity.
You can sure try.
That is going to be Sanku. 47, almost a crit. If the crowd were on his side, that would have been a crit.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be 27 minus 11. That's 16 bludgeoning damage, Sanku, as he throws a punch at you. You are so lucky he did not disrupt that spell.
And he didn't, so God bless me. I'm casting Summon Draconic Legion. It's a level 9 spell.
Now, this isn't something you'd normally have access to, but I gave it to you
Yeah.
because of Dragon Disciple. What
Yeah.
the fuck does Summon Draconic Legion do?
I momentarily summon an army of powerful dragons that unleash annihilating blasts. That's something that you'd say, by the way. I unleash annihilating blasts. You'd say that to me when we're just hanging out. That descend upon your location. These dragons, they act as one and collectively occupy the space of a gargantuan creature. They have a fly speed of 100 feet, and when I cast the spell, I choose whether it summons chromatic or metallic.
In this case, I'll let you do Imperial.
Thank you.
So a massive swarm of dragons kind of erupts out of a crack in the sky, and you see forest dragons, sea dragons, underworld dragons, gold, black, blue, red, surging through the battlefield, and the crowd cheers. I'm gonna refresh your rally because that's just such a thematic spell for them all. What happens? This is an incarnate spell, so it does something on the first turn and something on the second turn, right?
Yes.
So what happens on the first turn?
The first thing that happens is 2 different blasts of energy. A 120-foot line and a 60-foot cone. They can't overlap. They need to be in different directions, which is fine. They need to make I'll need basic reflex saves from people. And that'll take 10d8 damage. And I can choose, or, the dragons can choose the type of damage that each breath weapon, depending on the category, I could choose a damage type.
Yeah, basically.
Then I'm gonna go with the cone taking the Hollow Serpent and Huying, and then
Okay.
Siutek Noir is going to take the line.
Okay, these Imperial dragons surge through the battlefield, boiling and roiling as they go, and they open their maws and start blasting out. You see, like, a few green dragons blasting out a swarm of locusts. You see some sea dragons blasting out streams of ice-cold water. Some sovereign dragons shooting fire. It's all very impressive, very cool. They're all going to make reflex saves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Sanku, that is going to be a success for the Hollow Serpent.
Mm-hmm.
A failure for Hu Ying. Uh-oh. Siutek Noir also fails with a 34.
That is 52 damage.
These streams of elemental energy shoot through everyone. The Hollow Serpent isn't particularly hurt by this, but Hu Ying and Siutek Noir are caught pretty bad by it, and Hu Ying is almost out already. You know? Like, she is near KO. You can see she's like clutching her shoulder as she bats away these locusts that like a forest dragon braided on her. She's soaking wet, she is partially burned, and she is mad. How dare you? And Tagada Emi calls out and says, Amazing! Sanku, Witch Prince of the Sea, calls upon his draconic allies to lay waste to his opponents. It's amazing! Truly a spectacle worthy of the Ruby Phoenix tournament. And Sanku, is that your turn?
No, I have not been able to use my haste yet, I think.
Yes, that's right, you can run.
I think that I think Senku's gonna just move 25 feet. I know that I'm probably gonna with Diki Sanam, but I don't care.
No, you already did it with...
Right.
He has attack of opportunity, but Sanku, he already used it, so you could just lead him on a wild goose chase.
And he runs away.
Get back here!
I don't think I will.
And he, sticks his tongue out.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yep.
Hui Ying's turn. Hui Ying looks startled.
Aw.
And she looks at these dragons roaring through the sky around her. She looks at you, Masami, she snarls, and I think she just screams out in frustration and throws herself at you. Maybe not her... Maybe a little... Oh dear, that is a 37.
Yikes.
No, that's a miss.
She throws again, and this time that is going to be a 48.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
She pushes into you, and that's going to be 30 bludgeoning and electricity damage as she gets you in a pressure point.
Okay.
And she snarls and says, I can't lose! Now is not the time! Our victory is upon us, and everything was going according to plan until you showed up!
Well, how unfortunate for you.
And I think she's going to step into the magic, into the anti-magic field. So she is not running. She doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity, but she takes a step backwards into that field. So you can't actually spell strike her.
Okay.
It is Su Tak Noir's turn. And she looks at you, Chuji, as this is all happening. And she just kind of smiles and says, there we go. Didn't it feel good to just follow an order, Chuji?
I didn't.
And yet you came anyway. And then she throws her fucking hair, and it coils into a... Oh, no.
Coils into
It
a
go-
what now?
It goes to coil around your neck, Chuji. But I think you grab her hair.
Yeah. Holy shit.
You grab her hair, and I think she can't actually use it anymore. And she's like, all right. So long as you choose to have a handful, she is going to have to not use her hair. Which is fine. Because she just sighs and waves a hand. Chuji, she's going to cast Chilling Darkness on you. And that is going to be essentially the shadowy version of Searing Light. A ray of utterly cold darkness tinged with unholy energy shoots into you. And that is going to be a spell attack roll against you. That is a 49 to hit.
It hits, yeah.
Not a crit, which is fucking crazy. And that is going to do 5d6 cold damage. That's 96 cold damage. 40 cold damage to you, Chuji, as ice shoots through your veins. And she says, now, stay here. Focus on me. Got it?
You've got some fucking nerve.
Don't I just, Chuji? At the end of her turn, Su Tak Noir just starts to laugh a little bit, but it's like a low laugh. And she's cackling. So you are still going to have Needle of Vengeance effective on you.
Okay.
Azkanak's turn. Azkanak rolls her eyes and says, is now really the time, Sutak? And they wave a hand, and that hollow serpent lurches towards you, Chuji, and goes to bite you again.
Okay.
Ooh.
Damn.
Another nat 1? What the fuck?
Damn.
Chuji, I'll let you
Jesus.
use a reaction to deck the shit out of this snake.
I would love to deck the shit out of this.
Because this snake, this like hollow serpent coils down on you. And then, I think you turn and just throw back.
I beat the fuck out of it. Maybe not. Maybe. 38.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll damage.
33 damage.
This hollow snake takes that damage. It chokes and snarls at you with that desiccating aura still making the air around it tick. Azkanak kind of grunts, and they pull up a hand and they throw a finger of death at you, Masami. Masami, I need you to make me a fortitude save, please.
That's a 32.
Okay. Well, that is going to be a fail, I'm afraid. They point a finger at you, and they just say a single word of slaying. And you immediately feel pain sear through your body. That is going to be 70 damage. You just take that.
Okay.
Ouch. And that's going to be Azkanak's turn. Chuji, it's your turn. Every time that you hurt someone here, you're going to take 6 damage.
Okay.
Or at least if you even try to hurt someone, so it doesn't matter if you miss. But you are right up in Su Tak Noir's drill. What do you do?
Well, 6 damage is nothing to me. So I'm just gonna ignore it, even if that turns out to be a really bad idea. Because I don't care about consequences. I care about the now, baby. Chuji is going to. This is the first fucking turn where I've actually been hastened.
At last.
At fucking long last. So I'm gonna 3-action 1-inch punch Sutakuma.
Ooh.
Kick her in
okay.
the fucking teeth. Does that miss? Yeah, it does. I'm gonna use a hero point.
Okay, go for it. Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this?
Oh my.
3-action 1-inch punch. Crit success, Chuji. You've got her hair in one hand, and you throw a hell of a punch. Ooh.
Yo.
A hell of a punch into her face for 98 damage.
Goddamn. Goddamn.
Sutakuma
she's-
starts spitting some shit, and I think that Chuji, like, with her hair in their fucking fist, they, like, wrap it around and literally pull her into a kick to the head.
Ooh. The crowd cheers for you, and Sutakuma is caught off guard, and she realizes that she's being too cocky, I think. Because she is not looking well. Like, she is not looking well at all. So she is set on fire. And then on top of that, you are you not going to knock her back 10 feet? Or what's the plan? You're gonna
No,
because you don't have
because I have one more thing I want to do.
Okay.
I still want to hit her. This isn't like a plan.
Okay.
I just don't want her to go away quite yet.
Okay, go for it.
I still have a flurry of blows I can do.
Oh my fucking god.
And it's just going to be at a -5. Ooh. Ouch.
A -5, unfortunately, is still too much, Chuji.
That hurts.
That's a miss and a crit fail. And I think, Chuji, that hair slinks out of your hand and fucking goes to batter you. And that is a 46 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
She's gonna hit you, of course. But her hair wraps around your throat and squeezes, and you are being choked. You're gonna start suffocating.
Okay.
That's gonna be 20 bludgeoning damage. She holds you and she looks at you with like her hair burning and her eyes suddenly full of malice and says, I said, come closer. That doesn't mean hit me. That means do what you're told, you whining brat. That's gonna be 12 damage to you total from Needle of Vengeance as you feel these like phantomly pricks kind of like stabbing into you all over. And she has got you grabbed by the throat.
Cool.
So the turntables have been turned.
I have been turned. But I did get a solid ass hit on her.
You did. It's now Diki Sonam's turn. Diki Sonam roars and he's gonna throw a people's elbow at you, Sanku.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He leaps at you and attacks you. With one action, he lunges. And Sanku, that is going to be a 53 against your AC, Sanku. That's going to be a crit, I'm afraid.
You know, yeah.
He launches himself at you with a and he fucking elbows you into the ground. And that is going to be 24 times 2. That's 48 damage minus 11. That is 37 damage to you, Sanku.
Okay.
And he snarls. He's now up in your space, Masami, as well. But he kind of grunts. And he's going to try pull you into a grab. And Sanku does a 54 beat your athletics DC.
Yeah. I think it's a crit.
Okay, well, Sanku, in that case, you are completely grabbed. He holds you in his arm, like he's got you in a headlock, and he roars and says, "They'll teach you to make a fool out of me!"
Let go of me!
He fucking throws one last punch into your face. And that's a 45 to hit.
Pretty sure that hits.
So close to a crit. Okay, Sanku, that is going to be 25 minus 11. That is 14 damage to you. You're starting to look pretty beat up. Everyone's starting to look up really beat up. It's not just the Lightkeepers. Masami and Sanku, both of you are badly injured. Sutak, Nuan, and Hu Ying obviously are really hurt. But, like, this fight is really close. Everyone's losing a lot of HP very fast. Masami, it is your turn. Diki Sonam is beating the shit out of Sunboy Senku. There's a big ass swarm of dragons that is swirling through the arena. Hu Ying has dipped backwards into the anti-magic field, and there's all sorts of stuff going on across the field, but you don't know what that is. What do you do?
If I can't spell strike Hu Ying, then I will spell strike Dickie Sonam.
Okay, go for it. He's like fully focused on beating the shit out of Sanku right now. I don't think he notices you coming.
Man, really? Alright. Fucking nat 1, 32.
Okay, Masami, unfortunately, I think you find yourself kind of like nearly pushing yourself a little bit too far, too hard, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I think you're fatigued.
Okay.
As you just kind of feel yourself overworking yourself. You didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
Well, you know what then? They say fuck this. Pure spell.
Okay, what's a spell?
Meteor Swarm.
Uh,
Sutak Noir. As Connect the Exiled. Dickie Sonam. And the Hollow Serpent. All need to make me reflex saves.
shit. Shit. Sutak Noir, crit success. Okay, cool, that's good for her. Especially since she's so low on HP. Azkanak, success, not crit success, but success. Diki Sonam, that's a success for him. And the Hollow Serpent, fail. Masami, what happens? How does this look?
After a failed hit with their sword, they make they say fine, make a hand sign, and 4 meteors just fucking appear in the sky.
And these meteors start clashing downwards into the arena, which I think really catches everyone, like the crowd off guard, who like scream in both delight and actual fear. As Takada Emi says, Masami calls down the heavens into the opponents. They really are heralds of the gods.
Oh, please. 86.
Okay, that's 86. So that's going to be 43 damage to Azkanak the Exiled, 86 damage to the Hollow Serpent, which destroys it, causing it to explode in a puff of smoke, and 43 damage to Diki Sonam. The crowd cheers as the Hollow Serpent is vanquished, and these meteors have left flaming craters in the ground around them. And over with you, Chuji, Sutak Noir is holding you by the throat, and you can see that she is very, very close to being KO.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of startling. And yet she still looks at you with those furious eyes. Masami, is that your turn?
No.
Fuck. What do you mean it's not?
I still have an action left, because I'm quickened.
Okay.
Foxfire
Oh my fucking god.
on Hu Ying.
That is so fucking funny. Make me this attack roll.
38. She is weapon.
That is literally her AC. Roll me that damage.
16.
Masami, almost like an afterthought, you turn and throw out a ball of Kitsune Foxfire that shoots through the field. Hu Ying, who looked so smug in that anti-magic field, having escaped the worst, her eyes widen. It collides with her. There's an explosion. And she is knocked. KO! The crowds cheer and roar as the first KO of the match happens. Sutak Noir looks over through the dragons before whipping her head back to you, Chuji, snarling. Azkanak grits their teeth, and Diki Sonam is wholly focused on beating up Sanku. Tagada Emi says, 1 down, 3 to go. The Lightkeepers suffer their first KO of the fight. It looks like the Radiant Winds may well be able to keep up their winning streak. Masami, is that your turn?
Now it's their turn, yeah.
Fuck. Okay, cool. Sanku, it is your turn. Your dragons are going to get a thing for free this turn, but you also have 3 actions. You are in Diki Sonam's arms, which is less than good.
Let me out of here! Let me out! He's kicking. Can I try and free myself?
Yeah, you can either make me attack rolls, athletic rolls, or acrobatics rolls.
Okay. I'll do it acrobatics.
Okay, go for it.
29.
That's not going to work. He's still got you. He's clutching you.
Okay. Can I cast like this?
No, because you got a crit success, all you can do is try to escape.
Even if it was just with my mouth?
Yes, if it were just a verbal thing, you'd be able to do it. What's the spell?
Dragon breath.
I would allow it.
It's funny.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Senku's like, let me out of here. he let me out of here. He gets so mad and so worked up that I don't even think he's thinking about doing it. It just happens. And he's going to use Dragon Breath. And he spews energy from his mouth, dealing 5d6 bludgeoning damage in a 10-foot burst.
He has to make a reflex save, right?
Yeah, but he's holding me.
Yeah, that's going to be a 39. That's a success. He will take half damage. Holy shit.
27? 27.
Okay, he takes 27 damage as you spew water at him, and he shakes his head back and says, "You insolent little..." He starts crushing you in his arm.
So let me go! And he's trying to kick him in the balls. It's not working, but he's trying. I never said he was above that.
That's fair.
Okay,
you know what? That's fair.
Now, Sanku, with the end of your Draconic Legion, everyone needs to make a reflex save. And in this case, it's just Azkanak and Sutak Noir.
It's any enemy creatures within 20 feet. So yeah.
Okay. Well, they're going to have to make reflex saves as the dragons prepare to leave, slashing up everyone they can on their way out. That is a 36 for Sutak Noir.
Hold up. Within
Are you
20
sure
feet?
it's- Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Wait,
Yeah,
that's also
everybody's-
going to cast Diki Sonam.
Yeah,
Yep.
everybody's within.
39? Does a 39 pass?
Okay, 38 is the DC, so
Okay, so Azkanak and Diki will both take half damage, but Sue is going to take full damage. That is going to be
98.
as the dragons, as they prepare to leave, bolting back through that crack, they start clawing at everyone. And while that's going to do decent damage to Azkanak and to Diki, Sutak Noir, as she's being ravaged by these fucking dragons, swish past her. She looks into your eyes, Chuji, snarling as she holds you and says, "You don't even get it, do you? It doesn't matter who wins this fight. The Lightkeepers have already won."
What?
And then she just falls to her knees, collapses, and she is KO. And Chuji, as you're standing there, furrowing your brow, you look into the crowd behind her, and I think you see something you weren't expecting.
Yeah?
Shi Li Hua in the crowd, cheering as hard as she can.
Oh.
And Sanku, that is your turn, right?
Yes it is.
The dragons swish back into the sky, and together Emi calls out and says, "Amazing! The Radiant Winds are pushing themselves to the limits. It's anyone's game still, because the remaining Radiant Winds are still really hurt. Will they be able to take on the last members of the Lightkeepers?" And it's Azkanak's the Exiled's turn. They just sigh. Here we go again. And they are going to cast Rip the Spirit. As Masami, they try to pull your soul out of your body. And they're going to take 3 actions to do this. And you're going to need to make me a Fortitude save, please.
Nat 20 with Juggernaut. That doesn't matter.
Yo,
That doesn't matter.
Let's fucking go.
I think Azkanak's eyes widen. They just sigh. Like, of course. Why not, right? Always have to make us look like the fools. There's no way for us to come out of this on top, is there, Sue?
She's knocked out.
Can't hear you.
Now let me go.
And you didn't listen to your leader, did you? Spells don't work on me. Try again.
Shuji, it's your turn. Diki Sonam is beating the shit out of your boy, and Azkanak the Exiled is lobbing spells.
Chuji looks over and waves so hard at Diki Sanam. And they're shouting him. It's like, hey!
They look up.
Nothing personal, and then they throw up a middle finger at him, and it's finger of death.
How's a 36 sound?
Class DC is 38.
Okay, that's a fail. Roll me that damage.
Yeah, 70 damage.
Yeah, this middle finger of death catches Diki Sunam off guard, and you can see that Diki Sunam is badly injured. They are not he is not doing well right now.
And Chuji goes, bitch.
You have 1 action left. 2 actions left. What
Two
do you
actions,
do?
yeah. Chuji's gonna beat up the nerd.
Okay. Go for whining old Azkanak.
Azkanak, I'm gonna beat you up, old man. Old person. Old. Is Azkanak even
Bastard.
old?
No, Azkanak's a hobgoblin. That's why they've got that wrinkly skin.
Yeah. This is going to be a flurry of blows.
Okay.
As a 42
Oh.
and 47.
47's a crit. Fuck me. Roll damage.
Well, it's going to be 31 plus 56. It's going to be 87 damage.
Oh dear. Azkanak is not looking well. You get up into their space, you throw a punch, Azkanak goes, ah! As you. And they're stumbling over, nearly defeated. And I think they're just so fucking mad looking. Like, they hate that they're losing because of bad leadership, you know?
Yeah, Chuji, like, as they're one-twoing them, they're like,
Sorry, man. Had choice in team.
Azkanak snarls and says, wasn't my decision.
Wait, what?
And now it's Iki Sanam's turn. Hey, Chuji.
yeah?
Hey, Chuji.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make an attack roll against you. Now I
Okay.
know what you're thinking. How can that be? I'm all the way over here. I'm all the way over here, and Diku Slanam is all the way over there.
Is he channeling his mind powers at me?
No, he's using a very special weapon. Sanku, Witch Prince of the Sea.
Oh.
What?
He fucking spins Sanku around by the fucking ankles. Swing,
God.
swing, swing, and he fucking throws Sanku at you.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Would I be able to use Featherfall to stop that?
Oh my god, that's a reaction.
Because technically, falling is just
falling, yeah.
moving in a direction, and I'm just falling sideways.
I
I'm
will
being-
allow you to make me a nature check against his athletics DC to see if you can cast it in time to reduce this damage to nothing.
Okay. okay. I am
Boy
prepared to use
incoming.
my hero point on it.
Boy, homing attack.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh
his
my
athletics DC? What's his athletics DC?
Please work.
Sanku, he throws you. And I think you'll both still take some damage, but I think it's more of like, ooh, ouch, instead of like crashing and breaking each other's limbs, you know?
Yeah.
So you're both gonna take half damage instead of full damage.
Okay, I'm gonna press cast so that I've
Yep.
used the thing.
As Sanku, you skid into position and you take 15 damage, both of you.
Ouch!
And Diki Sunam roars. He beats his chest and says, victory! I need victory! I gotta have victory! I'm gonna kick the shit out of all of you!
Oh no.
And that was a 3-action thing, I'm afraid. Masami, it's your turn. What do you do?
Kick his butt!
I'm going for a spell strike.
Range! Main!
Mother of God. Okay, that's a 37.
A 37 is a miss, unfortunately. As you try throw this, he punches it out of punches it like your hand backwards, roaring angrily.
Son of a fucking. Okay. It's a 37 again.
Okay.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work, I'm afraid. Okay, Masami, you strike twice, but Diki Tsunami is just blocking both of these attacks. He is infuriated. You have 1 action left. What do you do? 2 actions, technically. 3 actions, technically, if you want to be real fancy and use your quickened and your speed rune.
You know what? Fine. They charge up electricity in their palm.
Oh, okay. You do that? Diki Tsunami turns and looks at you and roars and goes to punch you in the face.
Okay.
Let's see if you're still standing by the time that he's done.
I'm still standing. That is a 37.
He punches next to you, and Sam, you charge up that electricity, and he looks down at your hand. What are you casting?
Chain lightning. Raw chain lightning. Give me the reflex save.
Failure.
And guess who's 30 fucking feet away?
Who's 30 fucking feet away?
Azkanak the Exiled.
Oh.
Azkanak, no!
Killed
Honey!
Hey, to all my Naruto fans, Chidori Senbon.
That's a success. They'll take half damage. How much damage is it going to be full stop?
Full stop, that's 67.
Oh my god. Okay, that's... You do a serious amount of damage to Diki Sonam, but lightning arcs out of them and into Azkanak the Exiled and knocks them KO. And Masami, is that your turn?
Well, 2 actions and a cast, so they can move out of the way. He just used his attack of opportunity, so
That's
you know
true.
what? You know what? You want to fight so bad? As they backstep all the way back to be with their boys. Come fight us all at once.
Take a hero point. All of you take a hero point. That's... Ooh, that was some anime shit. The crowd cheers, and you are all rallied by it. Tagada Emi says, only one member of the Lightkeeper still stands. It's time for good to beat evil. Can the Radiant Winds seal the deal? Sanku, it's your turn.
I'm using my last 9th level spell.
Yeah?
For the day. It's just hydraulic push. It's just hydraulic push. Relax.
Okay, make me that attack roll.
Oh my good lord. Oh my god.
Nat 20. How much damage is that, Sanku?
70. So, even
Times
if he
2.
had... So it would be, even if he was at high HP, 140 damage.
This is so funny, because he has 70 HP. You blast an explosion of water streaming through the air, and it hits into Diki Sonam's chest. Diki Sonam lets out a roar, and he is sent flying. And I think I'm gonna let Masami and Chuji, you two, with your cool come fight us together. Diki Sonam is rushing towards you all. Sanku shoots him point blank with his blast of water as he's hitting. And I'm gonna let both of you jump in narratively and help beat the shit out of him.
I love this one all out attacks.
It's a fucking all-out attack.
Yep.
All out killing Diki Sonam.
Chuji go high, Masami go low. Masami trips him up. Chuji fucking wails on his face.
Yeah.
Okay. Sanku, you shoot this water into his chest, slowing down his charge. Masami, as he's being slowed down, you rush for Diki Sonam's legs and sweep, knocking him falling forward. And Chuji, you run up and get an uppercut into your rival's chin and knock him careening down. And Diki Sonam hits the floor, doesn't get up. And he is KO. You have knocked out the Lightkeepers. You've won the finals of the Ruby Phoenix tournament. You've won. And for that severe level encounter, you have gained 120 experience points.
Oh, thanks
Thank you.
for that.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thanks. Fantastic.
Okay, let's stop recording for now. Recording. Fireworks explode into the sky, and people in the crowd throw themselves to their feet, cheering. You can see other teams, friends, vendors, anyone you have met in your time here in Goka and beyond, the people who came to be your fans from far away, cheering. The Lightkeepers are getting up to their feet and skulking away, snarling at each other. But that doesn't matter right now. What matters is you've done it. How do you all feel, having done the impossible and won the Ruby Phoenix tournament?
I think that I don't even know if Chuji believes it at first, but they. I mean, as soon as they won, they lifted up Masami and Senku and Lolo, and they were screaming. I think honestly they might have been crying.
Oh my god.
Because this is quite literally this is their life's dream. This is what they've wanted for years, and they've trained for years and years and years and years, and they've given up so many things just to be here.
I think that there's like a moment where Senku is just stunned that that spell worked that well. And then I think he yells his voice hoarse. He's so excited and so proud of himself, I think.
I don't think it hits Masami immediately. Like, they see the crowd cheering for all three of them, or all four of them. They see Chuji and Senku celebrating, and they're just like, we actually fucking did it. I think they just start... I think they're just all smiles and all laughs because they honestly cannot believe that this is happening.
In the crowd, you see Hiroshi, Faye, and Hitomi are all cheering and like hugging each other. Senku, all of the village is. I think like they're like spinning their shirts around in the air over their heads. They're like yelling and screaming in joy. Chuji, your mom, Shen, they're all cheering for you. You got that approval you've been seeking so badly.
Yeah. Chuji was specifically looking for their mom.
I think she's crying, but she's smiling. It's a complicated relationship, but Jesus, if she isn't so proud of you right now. Tagata Emi narrates for a while, singing your praises, the invincible radiant winds. Kazuhida kind of pats your backs as you're led away out of here, because you're going to be going to a special be going to a special awards ceremony soon to get your artifact. Do you even know what you're going to get?
No. I don't think that any of them have thought about it. Well, maybe Masami's thought about it.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
Yeah, I'll let you guys talk to each other for a second.
I think they're walking.
Oh my god, the artifact.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't think about it. I just thought about winning so much.
I don't know, I
Chuji.
kind of... Yeah?
You know about the artifacts. Which one do you think would... Which one do you think would be like... I don't know. Which one do you think would work with us?
They're all really cool. But I also never thought about which one I wanted because they're all so cool and I couldn't make up my mind, and I thought that maybe the second that I did win and that we all got brought up to like pick our things, they would just kind of like choose me, like one of those situations, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Lolo's on
yes,
Sanku's
yes.
shoulder and he's like bobbing up and down a little bit as he's going. Says, maybe that's still the case. Oh, all of you. I'm so proud of you all. To have seen you go from just traveling wanderers to the greatest fighters in all of Golarion. I couldn't ask for a better party.
Senku squishes his cheek.
Thank you,
He's
you
like-
old piece of shit.
Don't get sentimental on me, old man.
Oh, I can't help it. Tears are made of water, you know.
I'm just glad you taught me how to be a good witch.
So, you guys want to head out to the awards ceremony and be crowned the 30th champions of the Ruby Phoenix tournament.
Oh my god, and they're an and it's the 30th and not like the 26th?
Yeah, it's a cool number. It's the first where how Jin was back as well. Like, this is a big one.
Wow, so they're in the history books.
Literally. You
Senku's
guys will
like-
go down forever in, like, legend as some of the greatest people to ever come through this tournament.
And none of them were cisgender.
You guys want to head?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what the artifacts are, by the way. Like, I legitimately don't remember.
We'll figure that out. I think,
Yeah.
I do take one we'll call out to you.
Okay.
You guys make your way down. Crowds follow you. There's like paper dragons fashioned to look like Lolo. Art of Masami looking cool. You see a few kids who have like their hair done like you, Chuji. And it's like swarming the streets, all the people of Goka moving as one along with you towards the awards ceremony. And it's held in this like atop this hill where people are like lining the streets around it, in a garden, you know. And Hao Jin stands there, and she kind of turns and looks back at you all, and in her hand she is holding a crown, and on that crown is a crafted symbol of a phoenix. Who's going to go forward and take it?
How do you choose something like that? how do you choose that?
I don't even know.
Chuji walk forward?
Juji, you walk forward. And you go forward to take the crown. And you've done it. And as your hand reaches forward to take the crown, you hear something.
Huh?
A sound that's kind of familiar at this point.
I think it was a hand on a staff.
It's a sound of a portal.
Oh, you're kidding.
But not nearby. That's the weird part. It's not nearby. It's very far away and very loud. And I think you guys look out to the source. And it's out in the bay, half submerged by water. And the portal blinks out, but something came true. A lot of seawater.
Huh.
And something else. There's something else. And it's coming out of the water. It's big. Very, very big.
No way.
Red scales fill the horizon. A nightmarish mountain of armored plates.
No.
Sharp fangs.
No, you're kidding.
And glowing eyes.
I'm joking.
And emerging from the Bay of Goka comes a dinosaur. But not a dinosaur like you'd seen anywhere on Bunmu, no. It is taller than the tallest castle. Stronger than the sturdiest stone.
Hold on.
And inside of it, there is an immeasurable power. A power of a living volcano. Emerging from the water of Goka's Bay is King Mogaru.
Fucking King
Mogaru?
My
What
God.
the fuck?
What?
People scream as this titan emerges from the water, roaring. A foot crashes down on the dock as he makes landfall. He is immense. Bigger than you think a living creature could feasibly be. Like, this thing would be size gargantuan to a size gargantuan monster. This twin-tailed
kaiju.
dinosaur kaiju lumbers onto into the city and lets out a roar. And as he does so, there's another noise coming from somewhere else in the city. A discordant shriek, like the drawing of a bow across strings, only magnified 100-fold. And then a haunting melody of unknown provenance. King Mogaru stops for a moment, and then roars, blasting a beam of fiery lava from his mouth through the city, knocking buildings into rubble. Hao Jin was observing the chaos with a furrowed brow for a moment, but that music, that jolts her to attention. And her eyes widen, and you see her showing an expression I don't think you ever thought would be on the face of the mythic Ruby Phoenix. Fear.
Oh God.
She looks down and she says, Sindara, you fool, what have you done? The Ruby Phoenix raises her voice to the competitors, her hair rising like flames to punctuate her words. The final king is not here by chance. I will deal with the one who sent him here. Please, warriors, do what you can to divert Mogaru's attention away from the people, but do not try to fight him. Even I don't dare face the final king directly. And she looks over and she touches that moon-shaped jade necklace around her throat, utters a word, and vanishes in a cloud of embers. Shen looks at you guys before getting up and drawing a sword and says, "Steps of the sun, come on, let's go!" And following him, Winter's Roar, the Arms of Balance, everyone, they jump and scatter. The Lightkeepers, kind of get up and go off on their own way, and Tino's toughest follow. Yutri, what do you do?
Fuck. I guess we fucking kick it into gear.
Senku gets onto his staff to ride it. He starts flying.
He's like, we need to move it. We need to try and get it out of the city, back into the ocean.
How the fuck are we gonna do that?
Getting its attention?
Distractions.
Using ourselves as bait?
Lots and lots of distractions.
As you're saying this, King Mugaru whips his head to the side and shoots out another laser beam of lava, which fucking destroys a whole block of buildings.
And we gotta go fast.
Okay.
I think Senku first turns to because they're at like a ceremony with like all of the with like all of the people.
Yeah.
I think he turns to like the closest person from his village and he says,
Get out of the city.
I think that may well be your dad. Baba Yon nods. You got it, Senku. You guys,
Everybody's safe. I'll handle this.
we trust you.
I love you.
I love you too. Juji, Masami, Senku. Chaos falls upon Goka as something worse than a natural disaster happens. Mugaru, the final king, has landed in the city, brought here by forces unknown. It looks like you're going to have to put your power as Ruby champions to use and save the city from the dinosaur king of the kaiju. And that is where we're going to end this episode.
You're killing him.
Oh,
You're
man.
killing him.
Oh man.
Jerry. What the fuck?
This episode of Dice Will Roll would not have been possible without the support of our patrons. Veteran Stormcrow, Sam Stryker, Soken Ashra, Tony Saunders, Mitra, Ari Graham, Arave, Nex, Minty Belmont, GP Dora, Lemon Jam Tart, Marshmallow Berry, Varric Falcon, Luis Loza, Aries, Alexander Criswell, May Cohen, Kendra West, Genuinely Tricked, Transgirl Trish, Platonic, Bal Punyan, Johnny the Catman, Matthew Wilson Krasnovich, Tillin Shark, Glitch HD, Jace Snooks, Zenith Drums, Torbjorn, Sophia Varlera, G Barbera, Luke, Gideon, Sarah B, Seth, Ravona Darkglow, Kira, Lichlope, Gizmo, Matthew, Cass, Fable McElduff, Ava, Chris Lutman, Remty Bright, Lonesome Chunk, Steph, Sean C, Natasha Lumley, Rhiannon C, Ellie, Jenna Mitchell, Kane Kendrick, Triceratops, Grey Kitsune, Anna Maria, Jordan, Single Spinstress, Emlyn Laderna, John the Bookhutter, SS66 Seeker, and Dame Valerie III. If you'd like to see what you can get for helping us keep it rolling, check out patreon.com/dicewillroll today.